I cannot give you a surefire formula for success, but I can give you a formula for failure. Try to please everybody all the time. This is one of the business strategies, to not try to appeal to everybody, but to some specific group of customers, because your product is simply not for everyone. And I mean, damn, even in business, it's about not trying to please everybody. That is a wake-up call for people pleasers like us. If you find yourself always care about how other people feel but not how you feel, not standing up for yourself, keep your mouth shut, stay silent in order to continue the relationship. And deep down you know that it's bad. It's a bad thing to do, but you just can't stop it. You cannot stop people pleasing, and that makes you angry at yourself so much. If you are what I just described, please watch this video, because today I want to share my experiences, what I have learned along the way, how I deal with it as a people pleaser myself, so you know that you're not alone and you can feel better about yourself. First off, let's talk about abandoning yourself. I was bullied by my own friends about my makeup. I was wearing very long lashes and they simply made fun of it, laughed about it. And you know what I did? I was laughing along like, yeah, that was so funny, yeah. Yeah, I was laughing, but deep down I was so hurt because I was bullied, and for my own friends, of course, I would be so freaking hurt. I didn't say anything because as a people pleaser, you didn't want to offend them. You didn't want to create any conflict or tension. And that's the problem. I cannot stand up for myself. The problem is not them, it's me. I'm accountable for this because people cannot disrespect you if you do not disrespect your freaking self. So I talked to my therapist about this, and she told me that next time someone bullies you or insults you, ask them the questions back. Like if someone bullied you, they say something like, oh my god, you're so fat. Ask them, why does it bother you? What is your intention of saying this to me? The way you ask them questions and it's not a statement, you will let them reflect back on themselves. Like, yeah, why does it bother me? Why do you have to say that to her? What's wrong with me? Because really, why does it bother them? If I'm fat, okay, and why does it bother you? If my makeup looks bad, why does it bother you? I mean, you can give me advice, like, oh, maybe you can try this, it's better this way, you know, I want to give you advice. I will be so grateful for that. If I do not know the certain things, I will accept that I do not know and I'm willing to learn. But give me advice, not bullying me. You have such a black heart and an ugly character to bully or insult other people, because how could you do that? How could you hurt other people with your words? 10 years ago, when I was very, very young, I was sitting at the noodle shop with my friends. We were simply talking about random stuff, and then we talked about my other friend being hated on by other girls, and then they turned the topic to me and they asked me, do you have any hater? Does anyone ever hate on you? Seem like does no one hate you? And I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy there's no one hates me. I'm such a good person. And as I have grown up, I realized that no, fuck, that is not a good thing. I am just being a people pleaser. If never in your life being hated on by at least one person, there's something wrong here. There's something is wrong. You're being a people pleaser. There's no way that everyone likes you, because even Buddha and Jesus are not liked by everybody. But since I have started to be on this healing journey, I started to cut people off, setting more boundaries. Yeah, that is when I started to have a hater, started to being hated on. I mean, it hurt, but at the same time, it made me feel greater about myself too, because I started to put myself first. Now let's go deeper and reflect on where does this people-pleasing behavior come from. I have just realized that the people that I try to please the most are not my friends, not my ex, not of the people but my parents. I would do anything for them to understand, accept, and like me. So I came from an abusive and chaotic household where my parents fight all the time. They would argue, beating each other up, and my younger self had to give up on her needs, her desires. She had to stay silent in order to keep peace, because that's all she wanted. Peace. Consequently, my younger self had developed this type of mentality that I had to keep my mouth shut in order to keep peace. And this is what's happening. I keep repeating the same pattern over and over again with all the people. I attracted the same type of people who are like my family or who have the same tendencies that my parents have. And I have realized now that I will keep attracting this type of people until I have learned the lesson, until I have healed myself. And I am ready for it, regardless of how scary it is, regardless of how painful it is, because I do not like where I am now. I do not like when I have to keep my mouth shut in order to keep peace or continue the relationship. No. This is not who I'm meant to be. I want to go even further. So people pleasing comes from unconscious childhood trauma. When you know what is good and what is not, you know that standing up for yourself is a good thing and you should do that. It is you being conscious. But when you got triggered, when you were in that situation, you still went for the same mistake, still not stood up for yourself. It was you being unconscious. So it has something to do with your subconsciousness. I'm currently working on this. I've been doing hypnosis meditation that my therapist gave me. So hypnosis meditation is where you simply meditate, close your eyes like this, and you affirm to yourself silently with some affirmation. Like for mine, it is: every day, in every way, I feel safe and confident to be my authentic self. So the more I keep affirming to myself, the faster it will become my subconsciousness. And it has worked. I've been doing it for some days, like a week. When I was in a situation where I got triggered, this affirmation would automatically come up in my head. And that reminded me to feel safe and confident to be my authentic self. And the last thing that I want to talk about is, please have compassion towards yourself. I understand that you're mad at yourself for not standing up for yourself, even though you know it's a bad thing to do. But do you think this can be fixed overnight? Can you be proud of yourself for at least trying? Like for me, when I was mad at myself, I just told myself that I have been traumatized for 20 years of my life. It's impossible to expect myself to be healed in 1 month, 2 months, no way. And I just shift my thoughts to focus on the good things that at least I was trying. And I'm proud of myself for that, for at least tried. Even though I failed, and then what? I have learned from it. And I should move on and do better next time. And even if I fail again next time, I'll try again. I'll keep trying until I get there. Because there is no such thing as failing. You either win or you learn. I also get to learn to love myself more for making a mistake. Learn to forgive myself. Learn to be more kind to myself. Self-love is not only about saying I love myself. No. When you made a mistake, when you failed, are you able to pick yourself up and comfort yourself and tell yourself that I am so proud of you? This is a self-love. The goal here is not to be perfect, but is to make a progress, to be better, better and better. It takes time. Be more kind to yourself. And that is my message for today, guys. I hope you love and like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like so we can grow this community together. I love you guys and I will see you very soon in the next video. Mwah!